we're down on 32nd and Canal, another sculpture that I have in the Menomonee Valley that was actually made for the Merrill Park neighborhood group. It was part of a series of projects that went up around Milwaukee. It was called the Millennium Project, so they went up, it was designed to be put up in 2000. It had a little bit of twists and turns, you know, and this was not the original place for it. There's a backstory that I won't go into, but it ended up being put here. It's a non-monolithic sculpture in that it's interactive through the neighborhood. It's called 8 Boulders in a Pavilion. We'll go across the street in a little bit and we'll look at one of the boulders, but there are actually 8 boulders put through the neighborhood. And the idea, the notion was to create an artwork which signified the original Merrill Park neighborhood as one that went from the fairly large homes up on Highland and Juneau right down into the valley. And you have to realize that the freeway bisected the neighborhood in the 1950s, that this was an integral neighborhood without the freeway put through, and it was tied very integrally to the valley, perhaps more so than any other neighborhood in Milwaukee. Where we're standing, there's actually remnants of old homesteads, there's old lilacs, there's indicators of you know, the old homesteads. But the gazebo itself is made of various parts. You know, it being a non-monolithic sculpture, I wanted all the elements to be unique, to have their own life, their own identity. I have elements from the railroad, you know, this being really the Milwaukee Road neighborhood. The railroad shanties would have gone right down to the railroad in the 1800s. I've got things that are domestic, things that are industrial, things that are mechanical. And I just wanted to bring together all these different aspects of residence, business, industry, kind of make it into this park gazebo. Now, going along with the gazebo are 8 boulders that go through the town. We've got one entitled Menomonee, but we have one up on 35th in Michigan. It shows the original plat that shows the neighborhood. It's got the map on it, and it talks about how the freeway bisected the neighborhood. There's one up on 32nd in Wisconsin. It's called the Grand Avenue. That was the former name for Wisconsin Avenue. There's one down where the old chimneys are for the Milwaukee Road on the bike trail. They've got the Menomonee one. We have one that shows the historic shorelines of Lake Michigan. Okay, we're right across the street on 32nd and Canal from the gazebo. We have one of the boulders, one of the 8 boulders that I was referring to. It is kind of an entry to the valley. It looks into the origin of the word Menomonee, which is you know, wild rice. And something I tried to do in all of the boulders is make different historical connections from you know, just different points in time that reference the neighborhood. This one, it's a very strange phenomena in Wisconsin that we have this preponderance of native names that have survived. It is often descriptive. It's sometimes poetic, as the word Milwaukee is. But nonetheless, it's such an interesting remnant of where we live. And that was really the impetus for this, was, you know, to just call attention to the roots of the word Menomonee. The Menomonee River, the Menomonee Valley, and we're kind of at an entrance transition from Merrill Park into the Menomonee Valley right here.